Hey there, it's Chef Jeff coming to you live from the cybersecurity kitchen. What's cooking in the cyber kitchen today? What's cooking in the cybersecurity kitchen today? Today we're going to be talking about safety. For the past almost 6 months for many people, we've been dealing with this COVID-19 thing. So we've developed certain rules and protocol and etiquette on how to stay safe, how to stay away from infection, especially if you're dealing with somebody who is aged, ill, has a low immune system, all of these things. So we've developed these protocols that we'll use. So what is it that you're doing on a daily basis to protect your computer security, your system security, your identity? These things all take effort. So I've put together a little slide that is going to kind of create a little bit of an analogy between the two. So let's go ahead and let's share that out. So I'll go ahead and get into this. So safety precautions. So let's think of when you wear a mask, it serves two purposes. One is to stop the spread of the COVID virus. You can also wear a mask like an N95 mask, a surgical mask, to protect you from infecting the environment and also being infected by the environment. So there's different masks, right? Different materials for different things. So some of the things like a web filter protects you against malware, protects you against going known malicious sites. So that's a way of protecting you. And when you use these tools to protect your system, you're actually protecting me because your system's not being used to attack the internet and then infect my system. Hand sanitizer, right? So let's think about hand sanitizer. It's like when you touch something, you use this stuff here, you put it on your hands, and you sanitize your hands. So let's think of endpoint security, anti-malware, antivirus, unknown threat protection. So all of these things that when you install this application on your device, whether it be your phone, whether it be your tablet, right? So it could be on your tablet. It could be on your desktop. I'm not going to pick the desktop up, but you get the idea. You have these devices. So when you install your endpoint security on these devices, every time you surf the web, the files are sanitized. They're checked for threats. And if there's a threat, they're blocked or they're cleaned. So that's what hand sanitizer is. So endpoint security, when we talk about that, anti-malware, antivirus, these things are like using hand sanitizer to clean when you handle a foreign package. Social distancing. I'm going to equate social distancing to kind of thinking before you click, right? So when you get an email and there's a link in there and it says, click this link, you really want to think twice about that. Let's social distance ourselves from this. Is this email really coming from Microsoft? Is this email really coming from the TD Bank? Is this email really coming from PayPal? Is this email really coming from Apple? So we want to know that. If we're not sure, don't click on the link. If you want to know, you can hover over the links in your email and look to see if they actually have the right domain in them. But before you click that link, if you haven't requested that information, social distance, stay away from that link. Backing up your system, making sure that you keep yourself safe. It's like if you're not well or if you're worried about getting ill during this whole COVID thing, it's been about being able to order online, right? Whether you order groceries online, you order food online, you order your medications online, take out, delivery, all of these things are to keep you away from a environment where the disease could be spreading and minimize your impact. And that's kind of like backup, right? Stay away from things. So make sure your data is backed up. Your data should be backed up on a continual basis, right? If you use Dropbox or if you use OneDrive and you've set up the protect my environment, then your My Documents, your My Documents, your photos, your important information of the folders that you specify are synchronized with those folders. Now, it's not a permanent backup, but it will give you 30 days plus of recovery of the information. So having a good backup in place, having an offline backup in place. So taking a backup and making certain that your computer's not connected to it. Cloud backups are great for this. Rules and policies, right? So early on in COVID, as a family that has a very advanced age senior in the house, we sat down and we had a family meeting. Myself, my wife, my two boys, and we said, let's establish some ground rules, right? So packages coming in and out of the house, we had set up to have the we've set up the protocol so that if we're going to bring food in the house, we would put it into a container where we would run ozone on it for 5 or 10, 15 minutes, whatever the amount of time was. I think it was 30 minutes. Or we would use a UV light for killing bacteria. And we would do exposure that would be, I think it was 5 minutes. So we had rules and policies and we had no one from outside come into the house. We had no one. We minimized our contact. The shopper in the house minimized their contact. They wore gloves. They wore a mask. So that's what we do for COVID. But let's think about what are the rules and policies that we have in place for protecting our computers, right? So you have, be careful what websites you go to. Be careful what links you open up in your email, right? Be careful what applications you run. Do you need to install that application? Is that update? Is that something you should be running? Do you have antivirus endpoint protection on all your devices? So these are questions that we ask that need to be considered. So these are the precautions you can take. Hey, this is Chef Jeff. And today we're talking from the Cybersecurity Kitchen. And I wanted to take you through some rules of engagement, if you will, for our cyber beneficial to someone. Take a second, click the share button, and share the love out there so that someone else gets the benefit of the education provided here today. If you have any questions, drop a comment, show some love. I appreciate the support. Hey, this is Chef Jeff coming to you live from my Cybersecurity Kitchen. What's cooking in the Cyber Kitchen today with Jeff Brody? I'm Jeff Brody, the founder and owner of Code Fusion Communications, located here in the Greater Toronto Area, serving the Greater Toronto Area, across the country and around the globe, helping companies stay safe and secure. I look forward to talking to you on another edition of What's Cooking in the Cybersecurity Kitchen. Drop a note below. Let me know. Personal message. You want to have a strategy session? Let me know what you're looking for me to discuss in upcoming sessions. Hey, this is Jeff Brody signing out. You have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you and bye for now.